Wow, the Nintendo Switch looks awesome. At this rate, nothing can go wrong. Am I right?
Oh no, it all went wrong!
Hey guys, it's Allendudeguy here, and today we have a new video that's kind of different than what I usually do. This time it's going to be a review, and it's a different style of video that I would like to do that really pertains to a specific topic or a game or a conference. This one happens to be a conference. This is going to be a new series to this channel to where you would find out if a video game or a conference or any sort of topic should be talked about. If it's a good game, was it a good conference? Are these topics really important? And it's something that I want to talk with you guys to spark a conversation, you know? Now, Nintendo Switch had a conference. It was an investors meeting on Thursday, January 12th. And I wanted to talk about this because this is a very important topic when it comes to the gaming industry. In the gaming industry, when a new console comes out, everyone wants to know what's up with it. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? How powerful is it? Is it going to appeal to the broader market? And the Nintendo Switch is something that's different. Nintendo Switch is intended to be a console that you can take on the go. Well, and now you ask yourself, don't we already have that? It's a handheld, but this is kind of different because the Nintendo Switch can be connected to a display that's like a flat screen. So it is a console, and then you pull it out, and it's a portable handheld, and that's really good approach. Now Nintendo has made this to where it is something that shouldn't fail. It is a powerful console in the palm of your hand. And where have I heard this before? And this is the PlayStation Vita. The PlayStation Vita was a portable console in in its own right. That was how it was marketed to play console quality games on the go. And did it deliver? Eh, and that's why the Vita failed. But it's not our fault that the Vita failed. It was Sony. Sony failed to show that the Vita was a good console. Sony failed to show that the Vita was a good portable as well. And Sony didn't give it any games. And now, going into the Nintendo Switch, it's something to talk about because it's kind of the same concept as the PlayStation Vita, right? It is a portable handheld that's supposed to play console quality games. But this time, the Nintendo Switch is what the PlayStation Vita was supposed to be. Something really powerful and really portable because the PlayStation Vita was portable. It was really fat. The Nintendo Switch is a tablet. Is a tablet type thing with Joy-Con controllers that fit in the palm of your hand instead of just one gigantic piece of machine. And that's what Nintendo has up their sleeve. But coming into this, everyone is optimistic. The trailer that came out in October, everyone loved it. Everyone loved the Nintendo Switch. Everyone was talking about it. It garnered the media attention. They had it debut on Jimmy Fallon. Everything was going great for the Nintendo Switch until this conference. And now I have to talk about this because this conference is really important. If the masses know about the Nintendo Switch, this should have been just a direct. But the thing was, it wasn't a direct. It was more of a investors meeting. They were trying to sell the Nintendo Switch to investors. And when you think about that, of course they're going to have to explain everything, but these investors already know what the Nintendo Switch is. They're not your average consumer. They've been following this for a long time. And so when you spend 30 to 40 minutes just explaining what the Nintendo Switch is, it hurts the conference. You can't have something like this and just go on and on and on and on about the Joy-Con controllers. It was like 20 minutes we were focusing on the Joy-Con controllers and how when you shake it, it feels like an ice cube is in the Joy-Con. That doesn't matter to them. What matters is, will this appeal to the broader market, and am I going to invest in this? And the answer was a clear no. When it came to the Nintendo Switch and if it was going to deliver, it didn't. It just absolutely didn't. And now I want to talk about the games that were shown. The games that were shown were 2-1 Switch and ARMS. Those were the first ones unveiled to the public. And I want to talk about these because they're trying to garner what the Wii had. And I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, 1-2 Switch, that's more of a gimmicky thing. I would understand if the 1-2 Switch was bundled with the Nintendo Switch, but it's not. And the Nintendo Switch is $300. It doesn't make any sense. With the Wii, you had Wii Sports. That worked. I can't even remember what was with the Wii U. I mean, the Wii U had a ton of bundles with it, with Mario Kart and Super Mario and all these other games. There were a lot of bundles. But with the Nintendo Switch, there wasn't any bundles present. And with a game like 1-2 Switch and ARMS being a lot more gimmicky than the rest of the games, it brings a lot of concern. When it comes to these games, we want actual games. And now they did deliver on actual games. We have Super Mario Odyssey, and Splatoon 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But that's not enough. That really isn't enough, and that sounds really picky to me. That's it for the entire year, along with The Legend of Zelda, which is a launch title. You have to think, there are only a few games coming out for the entire year. Like Mario Kart 8 is coming out in spring, in probably April or May. We have Super Mario Odyssey, which comes out in the holiday. Who knows if that's even going to get pushed. Splatoon 2 is not a launch title. How? How is this not a launch title? How is Mario Kart 8 not a launch title? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, I will say there is a lot of good with the Nintendo Switch. Them showing how easy it is to pull it up and take it on the go. It's super convenient. Third-party support is there, but I want to say that the third-party support is kind of lackluster. It's better than nothing, though. The Wii U had nothing. The Nintendo Switch has ports. They have ports. They have Disgaea 5. Disgaea 5 was originally a Sony exclusive on the PlayStation 4, and they specifically said that it couldn't run on the PlayStation Vita. Like, they were planning on doing it. So for it to come on the Switch, that is a good step in the right direction. With third-party support, when Disgaea 6 comes out, or an exclusive Disgaea on Nintendo, that works. That's third-party right there. And then we have a representative from EA coming over, talking about FIFA. Now there's a problem right here. If they flew this man all the way from wherever he came from, probably Europe, if he came from Europe all the way to Japan to talk about FIFA, was there no interaction with EA and Nintendo to get an actual exclusive onto the Nintendo Switch? That is big. We need big things when it comes to the Nintendo Switch. The Wii U was a flop, and there's a reason why the Wii U was a flop. It wasn't appealing to third-party developers, and that's why it flopped. Like, Nintendo can't carry the Nintendo Switch like they did the Wii U. And with it being super expensive, the Joy-Cons, the extra Joy-Cons are $80. The Nintendo Switch Pro Controller is $70. So let's add this up here. So I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch. That is $300. Then I want extra Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con charger port. And so that's going to be $80 plus $30 because the Joy-Con port is $30. So that's $110 more for an extra controller. That's absurd. So I'm going to be spending $410 just for controllers, and there is no game bundled. There is no game bundled. Now, thinking about this is a lot to gamble. Sure, the PlayStation 4 was $400 when it launched. Sure, the Xbox One was $500 when it launched. But it had the hardware to back it up. There was hardware in those machines. And Nintendo Switch is not looking like it's going to be a powerful console. And that's okay. But at a price point this high, it's not going to cut it. When Skyrim was announced, it wasn't even Skyrim Special Edition. It was just the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And now that's troubling, because that means that is not the the HD port that we're going to get from from other competitors like Sony, Microsoft, and Steam. So you're telling me that it couldn't even run that? Times are troubling for Nintendo, and this is not good steps into the right direction. And there are 2 months left for Nintendo to prove that a Nintendo Switch should be in your living room. But I will say that there are a lot of steps in the right direction. Super Mario Odyssey looks amazing. The Legend of Zelda might be the game of 2017. It's gorgeous. Everything is amazing. But with the Nintendo Switch, like the console itself, it's probably just going to be another Wii U. But hey, at least it didn't have as bad as a reveal as the Xbox One. Heyo! But in all seriousness, I had a GameCube when I was growing up. I had a Wii when I was growing up. My cousin had the N64 that we would always play. We would always boot up Donkey Kong or NHL. And Nintendo was good back then. Nintendo is still good today. But with everything that they're trying to do here, it looks like it's not working. Hopefully I'm wrong and that the Nintendo Switch is an awesome console and it sells really well and it sells as much as the Wii. But let's face it, with a lineup like this, with The Legend of Zelda being the only launch title that really matters, and the rest of the games coming at a later date, it's troubling. Especially when they still won't talk about online. They still won't talk about the specs of the actual console. And not to mention that the online is a paid service. This isn't going to work, Nintendo. But in the end, only time will tell. But with a lackluster performance like that, I can't say that I'm confident in pre-ordering a Nintendo Switch. But as more info comes by and for us to read it, we can't really do anything about it. And one more thing. Where is Melee HD? Where is Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch? Nintendo Switch conference gets a 0 out of 10. But in all seriousness, this conference wasn't good. But now they have something to prove now. So I hope they can do it. This is Allendudeguy signing off. And I hope you guys like this format. I really enjoyed making this. And let's just pray that the Nintendo Switch is an amazing console. Because eventually I will have to get it. These games are just too good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.